The house became quiet every evening around the same time. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the kind that felt unfinished. Adam would sit on the sofa, holding a warm cup of tea, staring at the wall across from him. The clock ticked softly and the light from the window slowly faded. Yet somehow, in that silence, something always returned. A sound that wasn't really there anymore. The echo of a laugh. It used to happen without effort. A sudden laugh from the kitchen, a soft chuckle from the hallway, sometimes loud, sometimes barely there. Adam never noticed how often it filled the house until it stopped being real. Now, every evening, his mind played it back. Not clearly, not fully, just enough to remind him. He lived alone now. The house hadn't changed, but it felt larger. Rooms felt wider, ceilings higher, corners emptier. The chair across from him stayed untouched. The mug beside his was always clean, unused. Adam didn't move it. He let it stay there, as if someone might return and reach for it at any moment. The laugh belonged to someone who used to live here, someone who laughed at small things, burnt toast, bad jokes, silly mistakes. It was never forced. It came naturally, like breathing. Adam had loved that laugh, but he had never told them. He thought it would always be there. Now, when the house grew quiet, his mind filled the silence for him. He heard it near the doorway. He heard it echo faintly in the kitchen tiles. Sometimes, when he walked past the bedroom, he swore it followed him, soft and distant. Adam tried to distract himself. He turned on the television, even when he wasn't watching. He let music play quietly in the background, but none of it replaced the sound he missed. Noise couldn't replace what silence had taken. One evening, while cleaning a drawer he hadn't opened in months, Adam found an old phone. The screen was cracked, the battery long dead. He stared at it for a moment, then placed it back. He already knew what was inside. Voice notes, short recordings, accidental laughter captured without meaning to be saved. Days passed in the same rhythm. Work, return, quiet evenings, and always that echo. It wasn't painful in a sharp way. It was dull, constant, like a memory that refused to fade but also refused to speak clearly. Sometimes Adam wondered if he was holding on to it too tightly, if maybe he should let the sound disappear completely. But the thought scared him, because if the echo went away, what would remain? One night, rain tapped softly against the windows. Adam sat on the floor, back against the sofa, eyes closed. The house felt heavier than usual. The echo returned again, clearer this time. A laugh that sounded warm, alive. For a brief second, it felt like the past had slipped through a crack in time. After that night, Adam did not rush to change anything. He learned that healing did not happen in loud moments or sudden decisions. It happened quietly, in the way he sat a little longer with his thoughts, in the way he allowed memories to come without pushing them away. The echo of that laugh no longer startled him. Instead, it arrived like a familiar visitor, gentle and patient, never demanding attention, only acknowledgement. The house still carried its silence, but it was no longer heavy in the same way. Adam began noticing how the light moved through the rooms during the day. In the mornings, it rested softly on the walls. In the afternoons, it stretched across the floor like it was searching for something. He realized how long he had lived without really seeing these details. Grief had narrowed his world, and now, slowly, it was widening again. Some evenings, Adam would sit near the window and watch people pass by outside. Their lives moved forward without knowing his story, without hearing the echoes inside his home. And yet, he didn't feel disconnected from them anymore. He understood that everyone carried something unseen. Everyone walked with memories that followed them quietly, just out of sight. There were days when the echo returned stronger, unexpected and sharp. On those days, Adam allowed himself to pause. He didn't distract himself or escape the feeling. He stayed with it. He learned that memories only hurt when they were ignored. When faced gently, they softened, losing their power to wound. Over time, Adam started opening parts of his life that had been closed. He cooked meals instead of skipping them. He rearranged small things in the house, not to erase the past, but to make space for the present. The chair across from him was still there, but now it no longer felt frozen in time. It felt like a reminder of connection rather than absence. One weekend, Adam invited a colleague over for tea. It felt strange at first, letting someone step into a space that had held so much silence. But the conversation flowed easily. There were pauses, yes, but they were natural, not heavy. When laughter filled the room, real laughter, living and imperfect, Adam noticed something unexpected. The echo did not disappear. It blended. It became part of the moment instead of standing apart from it. That night, Adam understood something important. Memories do not compete with the present. They coexist with it. The past does not need to be erased for life to continue. It only needs to be placed gently where it belongs. As weeks turned into months, Adam felt steadier. He still remembered. He always would. But remembering no longer stopped him from moving forward. Instead, it guided him. It reminded him of what mattered: connection, warmth, presence. The echo of that laugh had taught him how deeply he was capable of caring, and that knowledge stayed with him. One evening, Adam stood in the hallway and listened to the quiet. The house felt calm, not empty. He smiled faintly, not because everything was perfect, but because he had learned to live with what was real. Loss had shaped him, but it had not ended him. The echo came one last time that night, soft, distant, almost like a goodbye. Adam closed his eyes, breathed in slowly, and whispered a thank you, not to the memory alone, but to the time they had shared, to the love that had once filled the house without effort. Adam turned off the lights and walked to his room. The house settled around him, holding both past and present together. And for the first time in a long while, he slept without waiting for the echo to return. Because some sounds stay with us not to haunt us, but to remind us of who we were and who we can still become.